Welcome to Central News. I'm Hilary Entwistle. In today's news, a love for dogs and their welfare has prompted a research study into their behaviour and the timing of rewards. University of Waikato student Claire Brown's PhD will be on dog training, especially the timing of rewards and delayed reinforcement. She says there has been a lot of research into rats, pigeons and other animals on the topic of delayed reinforcement, but none on dogs.
I'm doing my PhD on dog-human communication and how it affects training, and in particular I'm interested in the timing of some of our communication that takes place during training. So I'm looking at what happens when we delay positive reinforcement and if it affects how well dogs learn things.
Te Arawa Iwi Ngāti Haua's treaty settlement is to be completed soon, with an official signing with Treaty Minister Christopher Finlayson on July the 17th. The Iwi's Trust Board has travelled far and wide during the ratification process to let their people know about the settlement and the details, with almost a third of the Iwi's population residing in Australia. Ngāti Haua's Trust Board's project manager, Muna Wharawhara, says it is important the Australian-based whānau are aware of the settlement.
While they're living in a different country, they are still Ngāti Haua, so it's important for us that we keep in touch with them and they have a connect to home, so whilst we don't see them physically, spiritually, there's a connect for them back home and they need to know that as well. So yeah, I guess to answer your question, that would be it.
Now for our region's weather for the weekend. Hamilton, Saturday for you will be fine with a bit of morning frost and a light wind. Your expected high is 12 and an overnight low of 1. Tauranga, your Saturday will be pretty similar, fine with morning frost and a light wind. Your expected high is 12 and an overnight low of a little bit warmer, 4. Sunday for you, Hamilton, will have a few showers with a westerly. Your expected high is 13 and an overnight low of 4. Tauranga, Sunday, partly cloudy and a westerly. Your expected high is 14 and an overnight low of 6. Just ahead, the Parenting Expo. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. Waikato's premier parenting event, Bumps, Bubs and Beyond, is happening this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. They will be showcasing all things parenting, from products and services to planning through to the teenage years. We talked to the event's director, Brian Rick, to find out more about this one-stop parenting shop.
Hi Brian, so what is the Bumps, Bubs and Beyond event?
Bumps, Bubs and Beyond is a parenting expo, or I prefer to call it a family show, targeting everyone from planning the kids right through to when they're heading off to intermediate schools, so the entire family unit, not just the babies.
So what different products will be available?
Oh, we have everything: cloth nappies, we have bibs, we have clothing, we have even education for the older kids. Soccer for Tots is coming along for sporting events, for extracurricular activities. So we've got a huge range of products, including car seats. You name it, if it's to do with a child, you can probably find it here.
And who is this event suited to, or who can come along?
Everyone. Basically, if you've got anything to do with children, you can come along and see what you need. Like I said, we've got it targeting everyone up to that primary school age, so there's no limit on who can come. If you've got a young baby and a 5-year-old, it's perfect. If you've got a 10-year-old, it's also perfect. So it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, so why have you included the event from babies right through to the later stages of childhood?
We focused it around our children, myself and my partner Christy. We've got 5 children ranging, well, when we set up the show, between 4 and 10. So we were struggling to find some of the activities to do with the kids once they got to that school age. And so when we were putting together the show, we extended that age range out and it's fitted perfectly. And I think it's what people want. Children are more than just babies. They grow up, and it's nice to be able to find something for them later on in life as well.
And why do you think it's so important to have an event like this in the Waikato region?
Well, everybody's involved in a family in some way, and finding the right products and services, it can be hard. And there's a lot of different products out there and a lot of different advice, and wading through it all can be challenging. So having it all in one place, so you can look at the different ideas and different thoughts that people have, and you can make your own decisions without spending hours and days going from business to business or shop to shop looking for what you need.
And can you tell us about the entertainment that's going to be happening over the weekend?
Okay, we've got bouncy castles for the kids, but we've also got two really talented entertainers coming along. Jude from Kindy Rock, who she looks after learning with dance and music, and she's a really great entertainer. And we've also got coming up from Taranaki, CJ the Clown, who's a care clown, visits the kids in hospitals, does a few parties, and he's going to be entertaining the kids around the show, all over the show this weekend.
So how long has this event been going for, and what was it like in the early planning stages?
Well, this is the third Bumps, Bubs and Beyond. First one happened last year in June. The second one happened in Taranaki in March this year, which was a great event as well. And it's taken about 2 years to get it to just how we want it and make sure it's going to be right for the public and right for people who are coming along to see. We've got to have the right mix of exhibitors here. And it's been a real big challenge to get it right and make sure we've got something for everyone.
Yeah, so how have you managed to organise this event on such a large scale?
It's been a challenge. We've had a bit of help from our sponsors, Top Cars Direct and Baby City. They have come on board to help us out and take the pressure off some of the areas that would normally slow us down, but it's just a case of getting out there and talking to people and finding out what they want and what they want to know about, and then fitting it around it.
And over the last couple of expos, have you picked up any interesting facts or tips along the way?
I've learnt some pretty bizarre things. The cloth nappy, disposable nappy challenge has now gone into a third category, whereas there's buckets involved. So it's quite interesting to learn those sort of things on the way. Everything to do with car seats. It's not just a case of putting your kid in a car seat until they're 5. The legislation's all changing, and the detail that you have to go into that is just amazing. So it's amazing just the things that you don't realise that are everyday things that there's so many different ways of handling them. So I've learned a lot.
Now, you mentioned the success of this expo. Are you planning to take it further afield?
Well, yeah, we've had a pretty good response from around the place. As I said, we tried it in Taranaki at the beginning of this year, and we're heading back next year. We've also been asked to take it to Palmerston North and a few other centres. Our exhibitors and visitors have asked about it, and we're looking to take it on the road and travel the country.
Well, it's always a good sign of an event that people should come along to. So how can people get their hands on tickets?
We are open from 10 o'clock on Saturday, and you can buy tickets at the gate, $10 entry, or if you're under 12, it's free. And yeah, just rock on up. We'll be here and come on in.
And how can people find out more information on the event?
They can head to our website, www.bumpsbubsandbeyond.co.nz, or our Facebook page.
So are there any particular stalls that people should be looking out for at the expo?
Oh, too many to mention.
So can you tell us about the promotion that you've had in the lead up to the expo this weekend?
Well, some of the fun stuff we've been doing is we're preparing for the baby racing, round 2 this year, and 5 more up-and-coming athletes crawling their way down the 10-metre course on Saturday at midday. We've also, just for fun, been doing a trip around town with CJ the Clown. We went up to Waikato Hospital, went to a few schools, just for fun, just to entertain some kids and just to have a bit of a break from the stress of organising the event. And it's been a great time.
And what will be your highlights over the weekend?
After the baby racing, I think one of the biggest highlights will be Sunday afternoon, putting my feet up after it's all over. It's a high energy event, so there's a lot of activity happening, so it's non-stop from start to finish.
And that is on this weekend at Claudelands Event Centre. Coming up next, Midwinter Christmas. Welcome back. Well, it is definitely cold outside and winter can affect the mood. So before sad seasonal affective disorder hits you, it is time for some Christmas cheer. Joining me tonight is some lovely ladies who are bringing Christmas to winter. Welcome to the program, Jill and Liz. So Liz, tell me, what is this Christmas Winter Festival about?
Well, I think it's an opportunity for Mush Mutter to enjoy some Christmas cheer, just as you say, the magic and warmth of Christmas, the spirit of the whole event. And obviously, it's not our traditional Christmas, but traditionally it is so in the Northern Hemisphere. So we get to see what it's like when it's freezing cold, like you say. So we'll have special things that make you see more of the Northern Hemisphere concept of Christmas, dare I say it. Snow touches, icy touches and so on.
Ooh, there's going to be snow.
Well, not the real stuff, but the concept of, yes.
Oh, nice, cool. So what will you guys have to offer at the church there?
There'll be raffles, there's a cafe so we can come in and have a nice hot drink and traditional Christmas fare, mince pies and shortcake and fruitcake. There'll be a Christmas shop, lots of lovely decorations to buy, and some of the Christmas trees are even going to be for sale, which will be lovely for people to have and maybe hopefully set aside for their own Christmas in 6 months' time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there'll be lots of Christmas courts, lots of inspiration and wonderful ideas as to how you could decorate your home for Christmas.
What is a Christmas court?
Well, it's a... What do you think, Jill?
A Christmas court is a little area which lovely creative people just create either their theme, their Christmas tree, Christmas tables, all sorts of things. Like, you know, just if you feel like being a part of the Christmas, you'll go along, you have an area that's a certain size and you just decorate a theme, a tree, whatever you'd like to.
Oh, like so kind of doing how to do table settings, Christmas table settings.
Yes.
But over a big area, like probably in areas like as the size of your studio here for one court, and there's about 20 courts, so there's lots of different ideas.
Some of the themes are absolutely amazing, like Liz says, you've got your winter, your snow and little paths and trees of all different sorts, different themes. There's even a Kiwiana tree, I believe.
Wow, who's doing all those?
We've got a large number of people in this community who are very creative and talented and arty and love the whole Christmas concept. And I think that's probably where it all started. People who just loved Christmas and saw it as a means of raising some money to support some charities that are close to our hearts. So that's for us Poland Hospital, which we obviously all benefit from, and child cancer, which is close to many of us.
So Jill, give us the basics. I mean, so what is it, where is it, when is it?
Okay, it's at the Bible Chapel in Mura Street. It starts on the 4th, goes through till the 6th. That's next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday open from 10 till 6 p.m. and Saturday 10 till 3 p.m.
Now tell us a little bit more about the money that you guys are going to be raising and where that goes to and why you guys wanted to do that.
Well, because it's for the two charities that we're supporting, it means that the money is divided evenly between the two of them. So we've done this once before, and we weren't sure, obviously, the first time round how this was going to work, but it was quite successful. So worthwhile doing it again, big time, and both the charities benefit hugely.
How much did you guys raise last time?
$10,000.
It's a lot of money, isn't
It is, isn't it? And it's not a big cost really to the community. It costs $5 for an entry fee or a gold coin donation for a child. There'll be lots of entertainment and things there. We have all the different schools coming along and different individual staff performing, singing and playing musical instruments. So there's lots of things to come along and see and do and eat and enjoy and buy.
So, because I mean, you guys are both work for Poland Hospital. Why did there's about 10 of you, isn't there, that kind of developed this idea? Why did you guys kind of think, you know, how did you come up with that idea, you know, and why Poland, you know, why Poland Hospital?
Well, because as you say, it is close to our heart. The original 4 girls who had thought of this was going to be a very small little event. Kath Coppard and Eileen Wheel thought of it initially along with Lorraine Harris and Chrissy Pays.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're all very involved with the hospital too and the medical centre. And so that was obviously part of who they are, what they do, so it was natural. But then we managed to get more people involved, and then it was professionals, and professionals have child cancer close to their heart. Now that's obviously changed to Bailey's now, and people change and so on, and that's all fine. But it's become those two charities. And, you know, like currently there are 2 precious wee people in our community who are affected by that, Johnny and Katie, and it's wonderful to be able to do something for them, to support their families.
Because I don't think I've really ever heard of quite a midwinter festival on this scale in our region. So it sounds quite, you know.
Yeah. I think it's just a growing thing, and I think in the future it could become something really special. It's just going to grow and grow and grow, and people love Christmas.
I mean, yeah, I do, and it's, you know, it is a bit miserable outside.
Exactly, yes.
So what does Poland Hospital do? You guys are DHB funded, obviously, but you do like to do a little bit of charity on the side to raise some money for Poland Hospital?
Well, yes, all the improvements and work that happens for Poland Hospital is done by fundraising. So a level of DHB funding in the contracts that do the basic ground level work, the maternity contracts, the respite care and so on. But no, for all the work that has to happen there to try, and we've done some major renovations of the maternity area, that's done through fundraising, not by any government support. So yeah, it's a mammoth task to keep that, and it's a precious commodity. We've got that there. It's amazing to have a hospital in a town our size when we're so close, in fact, to the Waikato Hospital or Tauranga Hospital. But
it definitely is a wonderful cause. Thank you very much, ladies. Now, coming up next, Mahi Drysdale. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. Mahi Drysdale has become a household name, especially with his win of gold at last year's Olympics. But it hasn't always been smooth sailing. Mahi tells us about the story of overcoming challenges in his career.
Hi Mahi. Now, first of all, tell us about your success last year.
Last year was a great year for me. Obviously, I'd been aiming for the Olympic gold medal for 12 years, so it wasn't all plain sailing. I'd gone through the year pretty well. I'd beaten my biggest rival by 5 seconds at the final sort of testing regatta, and then 3 days later I got hit by a car and got quite a severe shoulder injury 6 weeks before the Olympics. So that was not an ideal build-up, and certainly brought a little bit of stress, but to get through that and still win was hugely satisfying.
As everyone wants to know, how did it feel to win gold at the Olympics?
It's a pretty awesome feeling, especially when you know how much work and how much effort went into that medal. It was one of the things that the first feeling I actually had was just relief that it was over, the relief that I'd achieved it, and then the sort of elation started, and 9 months later I'm still smiling and still very proud of what I achieved.
Can you give us a bit of a run through of your career in the sport of rowing to date?
Yeah, so I started rowing at the top level in 2001, and took me 4 years to make the sort of top crew, which at that point was the Cox's 4, and went to the Olympics in Athens, finished 5th, and then that's when I changed tact and went into the single scull. So the past 8 years I've been in the single, and I had a fairly good success rate. I've won 5 World Championship titles, 1 silver medal at the World Champs, and then an Olympic bronze, Olympic gold. So it's been a great few years, and it's been great to also be involved in a very successful Rowing New Zealand program, which has brought up a lot of crews, and London was great to be involved, winning 5 medals for New Zealand, which was fantastic, and the best results we've ever had in rowing. So it's a really exciting time to be involved. Now,
you were diagnosed with osteoarthritis in 2010. Can you tell me a little bit about this condition?
Yeah, so basically I had a disc injury, which then led on to osteoarthritis, and it's something, basically what it is 2 bones grinding together, and that's in my low back, and so it took about a year until I actually diagnosed what the problem was, and it's been something that it's just trying to manage it and stay on top of it, and if I flare it up, it's a 3 to 10 days out of the boat. So it's always trying to read my body and try to stay on top of it so that it doesn't flare up and affect me.
And that must have presented a few challenges in your career. Yeah,
it's been it's been something I've had to live with since 2010, and something I've had to manage. So that's meant a complete change in training methodology. And while we used to row twice a day, now I row once a day and am on the bike for the second session. So that's been one of the keys to managing it, is just not putting my body in a position where I can flare it up as much, which obviously rowing aggravates it more than cycling.
So what have you used to help with the pain?
It's something that the pain is always there, so it's trying to find ways to manage that, and the Nature's Support back belt has been hugely beneficial to me. Basically I put it on every morning before I go rowing, and warms up my back and just releases all those muscles, lets a bit of blood flow into that area, and I found that to be hugely beneficial in just letting my back move freely and not cause me so many problems. So that's been with me since I hurt my back. every single day out training, racing. I've worn it and found it to be hugely beneficial.
So how exactly does it work?
Yeah, it's basically just like putting a small heater on your back, and the fur is a hollow fibre, so it traps in a lot of warmth, whether it's wet or not. And obviously, I sweat a lot and get wet through rowing, so even when it's wet, it's still warm, and so it just warms up the area. So what I say to people is, if a hot water bottle or jumping in a spa pool helps your back. This is something that is likely to help relieve some of the pain, and it's just that blood flow and keeping it warm.
And are there any statistics on how many New Zealanders suffer from back pain?
Yeah, 8 out of 10 Kiwis, at some point in their lives struggle with back pain, and it's something that until I had this, I didn't realise how debilitating back pain can be. It was something I'd had sore backs in the past, but never to the point where when I first did, I couldn't move, I couldn't get out of bed. You living with constant pain, and it's not a nice place to be at all. So it's something that you certainly want to try anything, and I know for me, I tried a huge amount of different therapies and products to try to increase or help the back pain and get through it.
And are the products just for back pain?
Yeah, at this stage, mainly for back pain, but also as a preventative thing, especially if you're doing a lot of lifting and bending. It's good to keep those muscles warm, and it's something that it's something that can help you, whether you're suffering from pain or you're doing those sort of heavy lifting exercises.
So what is lined up next for Mahi Drysdale?
Yeah, for me, the next challenge is getting back in the boat and moving on towards Rio. So that's in just over 3 years' time now, and it's an exciting time for me as it's a bit of a challenge. I've had 9 months off, and I've got to try to put it all together and find my speed. So that's really the next goal is moving forward to do that.
That is the news for today and this week. We really want you to be involved, so like us on Facebook. Let us know your views. If you have news including your own video and photos, go to our website and hit upload. Thanks for joining us. I'll be back next week with more guests from in and around the regions. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Have a lovely evening and a fantastic weekend.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.